sisters.
Howdy, brothers.
Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Water.
Guys,
It
it is so fucking cold outside.
It is the Arctic out here. We are in the North Pole.
It is so fucking cold. Like, last year it didn't get this cold in Miami.
Really? I feel like
No,
it did
it
for a few
didn't.
days. What I was telling Tyler is, like, I feel like in high school we would go through weeks of cold fronts.
We would.
And, like, it would be for
I mean, I didn't
weeks.
go to
And
high
now
school
it's
here, but,
like
in college, yeah.
now it's like every, like, day.
Yeah.
Not every, what am I saying? Every day. I'm
like-
saying it's only a few days long.
Like per year,
Yeah, but
And
back
then-
then it would be for weeks.
It really would. And I remember, like, my freshman year at FIU specifically, like, walking through campus, and it was so windy, and I remember being freezing for, like, weeks. For weeks. And now it's like...
Now it's like a day or two. I mean, I kind of like it. It's a change of
like it.
pace. It's the closest thing.
I don't need a week of it. I don't need 2 weeks of it.
A day or two.
A couple days, fills my little cold front, and then I'm good. I don't need any more.
It's the closest thing to seasons we have in Florida. So
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into today's episode, we'd like to thank our show sponsor, Celsius. Y'all already
Celsius.
know what's up. I got sparkling Fuji apple pear. Is that what you have today?
Yes.
Ooh, ASMR. It is healthy energy. It accelerates your metabolism and it burns body fat, brothers.
And if we haven't told you guys already, I think we might have. The peach vibe flavor has been extended. Oh, God.
That sounded so good.
Inject that into my fucking veins.
I'm dead.
Peach vibe has been extended.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother. We're drinking Fuji apple pear. Currently waiting for my peach vibe to come in.
Nice. All right, so no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. Link in our description.
Hell yeah, brother.
You already know what's up. Today,
All right. little cat. Oh wait, do you want to tell them what we're doing first?
yeah. So today we're gonna play that game. We are not really strangers. We've had this on our idea list for quite some time now, and we thought it would be kind of a fun little, kickoff before our season finale kickoff, which is going to be.
It's gonna be a fun one.
It's gonna be a good one. We have some exciting changes coming up for our Whiskey and Water podcast show for you guys that we are honestly really excited about.
Yeah, we
don't want to share too
Yeah.
much. We'll dive in next week's episode.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so can't wait to be sharing that with you guys. We're super pumped.
Yeah, we're very excited. We definitely needed to be re-inspired and to pivot. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for those
A pivot
updates.
is coming.
Yes.
But we will still be here. We're still showing up. We're still committed. We're still now re-inspired to keep this motherfucking train rolling.
You're about to spill yourself.
I just said it'll be a miracle if we go this whole episode because we're sitting on my couch for those of you who aren't watching.
Yeah.
Got some couch vibes today. I love
We
it.
love it.
Yeah, it'll be a miracle if we don't spill these by the
yeah.
end of the episode. I'll say a little prayer.
All right, guys. And before we get into the thick of it, we are going to do a little bit of squirt, squirt. Catch up.
Oh, wait. Also, we said we were going to introduce ourselves to our new listeners.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your co-host, Olivia.
And I am your co-host, Jess.
And this is Whiskey and Water. Anyways, Squirt Squirt is our catch-up segment where we like to catch each other up and the brothers on what's been going on in the past week in our lives, anything new, any tea we might have, so on and so forth.
So on and so forth. I don't know. I can't remember if I told them last week. I think I did about Swapolis and how I'm like, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but regardless, I listed my car on Swapolis, my Tesla.
Hey.
It's bittersweet.
It's a different season.
It's a different season. It is. And I'm really trying to embrace that and welcome that.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, like, so I like even we were together the other day and like I found the photos that we took like when I first got the car and I like
hype.
I almost started crying because
Well, tell them why we're swapping the Tesla.
so I'm swapping out the Tesla because I need a larger vehicle
She needs something more practical for what she's doing with Casa.
for Casa and just with like I feel like life like
Yeah.
I feel like not even it is a commitment for Casa definitely but like just for life I feel like I'm always, I always have a bunch of shit, like whether it's, shooting or this or that. And like, I just need something that's more practical for my life.
Yeah,
and
you need space.
I need space. And
also, especially being in South Florida where like, when it rains, it pretty much floods every time. I think it's nicer to be in a higher up vehicle.
Definitely. I think larger cars are just more practical for life. The fucking roads here are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, one for like
It's
driving on the
safer.
roads. Yeah, it's safer for the highways, things of that nature. I think it's better for Nugget. Like he has like more space in the car, and I feel like I just want something that I can kind of like rough up a little bit, like that I'm owning and I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking into, you know, different cars right now, but I listed my car on Swap Lease, like I said, and I've kind of just been updating everyone on Instagram about it. It's been going really well. And, you know, I said, like, I don't know if it's because it's a Tesla and it's not as common of a vehicle for
and
that.
it's like brand new.
It is. It's very
It's a year old.
And even like the people that came and saw it, they were like, wow, you've kept it in great shape, which don't know how.
Honestly, I don't
Wasn't
know
intentional.
how either.
I think
got
the people that cleaned it right before I got it shown, like that's the only reason.
Yeah.
I think they just made it look really, really good.
Shout out them.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of hits. I've had two people come and take a
Exciting.
look at it. Both of them are interested. One of them's like in the process of getting their credit run, and you know, if all goes well, this car will be off my hands in the next week or two. So definitely super bittersweet. But you know, like Liv said, it's a new season of our lives, and I feel like that's like just like a really big theme with us right now.
Yeah,
is like
definitely
we're like we can genuinely feel like an energetic like shift.
Like we said that actually like a month or so ago. Like I feel like that's when we felt a shift happening, and I feel like now like things are
We're
in
it.
motion.
Yeah, we're in
you
it.
know, like yeah. I'm low-key excited because the Tesla makes me so car sick.
I thought about that too. I was like, wow, Liv's gonna like want to be in my car more.
I just thought about it now actually, but
thought about it.
but I am actually really looking forward to it.
It is the
because
reason that I'm getting rid of the Tesla.
because I swear to God, it like almost every time I get car sick, no matter how, even
Yeah.
if it's like 5 minutes, I swear to God, I don't know, something about it. It's like almost
it's like a spaceship.
too smooth.
It is. No, it feels like
I need to feel some bumps in the road so my brain can calculate that it's like moving forward.
yeah. No, I know what you mean. And unless like if I wasn't driving it,
Yeah.
I would
Totally.
100% get cars, especially with the way I drive. When Liv's in the car, I try to be a little bit more, what is it? Conscientious, yeah. But I'm excited. Oh God, I love the car. I love the car so
it's
much.
so fast. Oh, you're gonna miss going fast. I'll tell you that right now. Because Tyler's truck is so slow.
It don't be hitting like that.
It's so slow.
Yeah, I'm looking into it's hard because, you know, South Florida, like like I accidentally Juan was like looking for me, like he was just browsing around. He sent me a car. He's like, damn, I accidentally found this car in Texas. He's like, because I forgot to change the thing. And like just a comparison from like the same car in Texas to
Really?
here. Yeah. South Florida, like it's more expensive.
No.
Dude, yeah.
Wait, I like how real estate is more expensive. Like
Yes. That's why, and I'm like considering
never
like going north to find one.
I never realized that.
I didn't realize
like
it either.
Possible?
I don't know. I don't think it's like an off the lot thing. I think lot is pretty standard. But like for these cars that I was looking at, like I'm looking at like a 4Runner. I was even like peeping some ranges just because of the pricing was similar, and everything's just about as expensive as my Tesla. And then the one he found, like the ones that we were finding in Texas, I don't know, maybe there's just more of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
I think that may be what it is.
Like demand and
supply demand.
Yeah.
We don't know, you know, we're not going to sit here and be like, you know, we're not economic majors, but you know,
I'm like the demand
something's off here, all right?
Demanding something.
Demanding something.
Well, that's exciting. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for myself to not get car sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, good stuff.
I'm excited to have something that I can hopefully like pimp out, you know, like
what do you mean?
Like,
do stuff too?
Yeah, like I want to get it fucking lifted.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do stupid shit to it for sure. I want to get it wrapped.
That is so whiskey of you. I would never. I will go my whole lifetime. I will be in my grave. Never have done anything
to the car.
Done anything to a car, especially not a wrap. Unless it's like my business wrap that I'm wrapping that shit up.
Listen, you guys want a little whiskey and water camo wrap?
Oh my God, could you imagine?
No, but I was actually thinking about it, and I was like, I feel like I could do a baby blue wrap.
I mean, it could be fun.
It's kind of fire.
It could be fun. The other day I drove to Orlando and back in the same day, which is
horrible.
I mean, you know what? On the way back, I listened to 2 podcasts on like, 1.5 speed. And I swear to God, it flew by. Pro tip, listen to podcasts.
Not ours.
No, honestly, ours.
No, I'm kidding.
Anything. 2 is a little too much, but 1.5 speed.
Pro tip.
Is like, you get through podcasts so much faster. And I swear,
maybe we'll bring back pro tip for season 6, brothers.
Actually, I kind of fuck with that.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's bring her back. But yeah, I listened to 2 back down because I drove up there, did the fitting, got lunch by myself, and drove back down right after. But it flew by. I was really like into the podcast I was listening to, I guess, and it totally flew by.
Honestly, podcasts on a road trip are elite.
It like, I can't tell you how much faster it feels than versus music. And sometimes 100%. I'm like, no, I want to listen to music. And then I'm listening and I'm like, wow, this drive is taking a long time. And with podcasts, it's like you get lost in the...
You really do, because you'd be like putting a movie in your head listening to a podcast.
Time flies so much faster.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it.
But yeah, and then I'm going back up again tomorrow, so that will be fun. I'm shooting a commercial with a big dog. I'm excited.
Oh yeah,
it's Allegra, so it's like allergies and stuff. Yeah. But my role is walking a dog, so I'm excited to work with the dog. That makes it better.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't believe it's in Orlando though. That's another thing I'm excited about for with a non-electric vehicle.
Oh, you don't have to worry. Yeah, you're going back to gas. Ooh.
I'm going back to gas. Yeah. And like just for road trips and stuff, like,
yeah, you don't have to worry about like charging and planning out your charging stations.
Oh no, it's definitely gonna be like a shift for me, but welcoming it all.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it for catch up. Let's get into our moment of gratitude. Moment of gratitude. Today, I'm grateful for opportunities, and I kind of feel like that goes hand in hand with privilege, and I want to acknowledge that. But I just feel like I've been really blessed and lucky with the opportunities that have come my way. And it's hard, especially once you've been doing this for so long, and like the commercials and the influencing and the modeling, it's really easy to take things for granted.
Yeah.
And that's something that we're consistently working on and constantly trying to remind ourselves of, is like, this commercial in Orlando, they're not paying me anymore to drive up there. The rate is already kind of low for a commercial, but it's like, I need to remind myself that there's so many people who would like be so fucking happy to have booked a commercial job, and I'm like,
with a huge, nonetheless with a huge brand like Allegra.
Yeah. And I just, it's fine. And I just like, want to always ground myself in gratitude and remind myself that like driving to Orlando, like I want to be excited to be working. Yeah. So I am grateful for my opportunities.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah. I love that. And I think that's so important, and you definitely do a really good job of reminding me of that as well, because we can definitely
we're like, oh, what a drag.
Well, yeah, we can get kind of just like lost, jaded in our own, and we kind of just go down a rabbit hole of like, fuck this, fuck that, but then it's like, okay,
we're so blessed to be doing what we do.
So blessed.
And what, like I told you the other day, like what else would I be doing? I mean, I'd just be home, so it's like whatever. I like driving anyways. I throw on a podcast, so you put the windows down, enjoy the beautiful weather. Yeah, so I'm just,
there's nothing to be upset about.
Yeah, literally
nothing to be upset about.
Yeah. Like blessed.
Today I am always grateful for our friendship. However, I am grateful for the aspect of our friendship that is communication, because I feel like we've really just kind of like definitely not mastered it, but we've gotten just,
I don't know if we'll ever master it.
And I mean, it's a journey, you never kind of you never get there, but
practice.
It's all just, we've done a really good job of kind of like, communicating with each other, and I'm just really excited for like the future, because I think that, and we recently had a call with our really good friend T Drew.
Shout out T Drew.
Yeah, shout out to him. Super grateful for him as well. And he was just kind of giving us, business advice, and, was telling, because he has a partnership with, one of his really good friends, and we love them both so much. And, he was just giving us a lot of advice, and I don't know, I'm just really excited for like our future and, opportunities and doing things together, because I feel like, a really strong part of our friendship is communication, and I feel like we can get through, anything because our communication is so strong.
I agree. 100%. I'm thankful for that too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. And we've also come so far too.
Oh yeah.
And it's something that communication with someone takes time, you know?
Yes.
And it's like something that just gets better with time.
Yeah.
Age is like fine wine.
Yeah, and that's not to say that, you know, you still won't like get to frustrating places or
for sure.
places where, you know, the ego comes into play or whatever it may be, but it's about like it's just about navigating those
that
with, you know, with awareness and with
grace.
love and with
grace,
grace and so
love that.
mm-hmm.
And our next segment, we're like going back to back, busting them out.
Yeah.
Our next segment for mystery beefs
making an appearance this episode.
I kind of posted this on my story and shed some light, but basically I was going back and forth with this brand again. I'm thankful for my opportunity.
I was just gonna say
however, it can be frustrating, you know, when you're spending a lot of time negotiating with brands, going back and forth, trying to see. Oh, hello, Ellie.
I'm trying to get her. Okay. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie. She wants in on the pod.
Do you know that TikTok where they put the microphones in the dog's mouths? Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
Oh my god.
Look at
her face.
Oh my goodness.
I must pet. I love you, baby girl. So going back and forth with brands can, you know, it's time consuming, and we take the time to write emails and pitch ourselves and price things out. So this like brand for, I guess it's like bath cushion, you know, like just a pillow for the bathtub.
Yeah.
He ends up telling me like, oh, we don't have the budget for this, yada yada. And then he's like,
probably after you've sent like 2 different packages of the options that, you know, they could go through.
And then he ends up kind of like trying to convince me or justify why I should do it in exchange for this fucking bath pillow. And I'm like, 1, I don't even fucking take baths. I think they're like weird and kind of uncomfortable. 2, don't try to convince me that I need your product and that it's worth it for me to work for free for it. And he's like, oh, I've gotten 10 influencers with over 100K who have, I'm like, that's great, but that's just like I said bath pillows. Oh, he called it a luxury item too. I was like, luxury items don't pay my bills. Thank you, next.
Like verbatim, that's what she's.
Thank you, next. And I just thought it was funny. And this is mystery beef to, I don't know, brands who don't want to pay people to do their work.
Yes.
Or anyone who just doesn't want to pay people to do their work. Like, it is such a pet peeve
I think that it's really trashy to be like, well, I have 10 influencers with over 100,000. Like, don't fucking throw that in my face.
Great for you.
Yeah, good for fucking you. And get well soon, brother.
That doesn't make any difference.
It has no bearing on you and your content. Be like, I would be like, oh, sucks for those influencers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
they should have stood their ground a little more.
Yeah, and you know, cool. Like, the thing is also, don't get me wrong, if it's a product that you want and you've, you know, reached out and you said, hey, I really, you know, I'd love to work with you guys. I love this concept, blah, blah, blah. You know, let's work something out. Absolutely. That's something that, you know, we will definitely do for free if that's something that we want, or if we want to like support a small business. You know, I think that there's ways to go about it. You know, we're not just kind of like money hungry. It's not necessarily about that, but what it's about is like, you know, the tact and, you know, not throwing shit in someone's face because you want them to work for free.
Yeah. And I think it's a common theme that, you know, just people are like, oh, hey, can you come like model for an hour? And it's like,
or like, can you come take photos for an hour?
Yeah, we've talked about this before, and, you know, I just say again, like, pay people what they deserve to be paid. I mean, we have one employee right now. Shout out Kennedy. She's our assistant. She's the best. But like, we can't wait to be just like good bosses and just give people what they fucking deserve. Mm-hmm. You know, like, we've been on the other side of that equation so many times where we've just had shitty bosses who just think they can like control your lives. And I don't know, I feel like as a leader, you should want people to work for you. You should want them to be excited and happy to be there. You know?
I mean, I couldn't fathom anything else. Like, I couldn't, you know, like, you don't want to lead with fear. You don't want people like, you know, dreading coming up, like showing up to work or whatever it may be. Like,
and the worst feeling, and I guess it's because we've been on the other side of that equation, the worst feeling is feeling like you're being underpaid for something. I would never want someone to feel that way, or like underappreciated.
Yeah, I think underappreciated is kind of the better term, because, you know, sometimes there are situations where you're underpaid, but you know, you're getting something else from the equation, you know, whether it's experience, whether it's mentorship, whether it's, you know, connections, or, you know, and, you know, that's kind of a slippery slope because it's hard to be like, hey, where are those connections you promised me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think, you know, at least if someone's underpaid, they can be overappreciated. And, like, for me, that would work as long as it's appreciated.
Yeah, and what I was going to say was that
we're kind of divulging into this, but sorry.
Fuck it. Zach, our producer, was unpaid for...
Or underpaid.
Underpaid
and then unpaid.
Because he chose to forego payment in order to help us succeed, which...
He believed in us and our vision.
Which is just, I mean... If that says anything about who he is as a person, like, he's incredible.
And the type of relationship that we, like, really had with him.
Yeah, and, you know, we love him so much, but it's like, you know, he chose to do that because, you know, he believed in us and, you know, I don't even know, you know, like...
Wanted us to succeed. Yeah. But we made sure we showed him so much appreciation. Yeah. We bought him gifts. Like, we just went out of our way. We constantly reminded him how thankful we were for him.
So, I mean, you know, there's definitely... you know, a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And of course, you know, I think that so many people like can't afford to pay people, you know, a fair wage.
Appreciation goes so far. It really does. I mean, I don't know how we ended up here, but it kind of all makes sense. And what I always say is, like, you know, even people who want to reach out and be like, hey, can you do this for free? I'm like, okay, someone's paying you to reach out to me. So are you working for free? No one works for free. There's got to be something out of this.
Yeah. I mean, I think that even if they are offering something for free, like, you know, there's just a few different ways to go about it. You know, they could offer you additional product. They could offer you, you know, whatever it may be.
It's like, no one's out here doing favors.
They could also, like, understand that, like, you know, you don't have to do this.
Yeah. More of the story, pay people what they deserve, and know your worth.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay. Let's get into the nitty gritty of today's episode, which is We Are Not Really Strangers. So basically this is a card game for those of you who aren't familiar with it. And there's like three different levels to it. And this is really meant for strangers to play together. Like people who really genuinely...
Yeah, strangers or people who aren't like, you know...
As close
as we are. It's funny though, because we were like, before the episode, we were like going through the pack and picking questions for each other. And it was like, we literally know all of these answers.
But like the first level will be like
it's like perception.
Second
level is like connection. Third level is like reflection. Something of that nature.
Yeah, and it kind of like, you know, I imagine a group of strangers or a group of people who aren't that close playing this together, and like with each level it kind of gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah, such a great concept. The founder of this is a woman. Yeah, she's great, and she's like a younger woman. And I think this like started really, this is not an ad by the way, but I think this started really organically and it turned into this game, and it's like super successful now.
Yeah, we want her on the pod. TBD, but you know.
Yeah. If y'all got connects.
Yeah. So we are going to go through a few of the questions, just so you guys, you know, we're gonna divulge a little bit. Some will be longer, some will be shorter, but we're gonna both answer the questions, and I've mixed them up so we don't really know what we're looking at here.
Let's get right into
it, brother. Alrighty. So our first card is level 2, connection. The question is, how can you become a better person? How do you think you can become a better person?
I think that, and it's something that I am actively working on. I shared this on the podcast before, but I think in general I can be more selfless. Not necessarily, like, I feel like I'm pretty selfless in my relationships.
Yeah, there's like and I think that there's tiers to being selfless.
Levels to this shit.
And just like in different aspects of your life, you can be very, very selfless in one aspect, like with your time or whatnot, but
energy and things like that. But I think in general, like, I can make more of an effort to be more compassionate to others, or do more acts of kindness, things like that, because I get so like motivated and goal oriented, but it's all about my success and my future. And you know, I'm not really dedicating that mental space and time to making the world a better place. You know, in the little ways we do, and like even with the podcast, I feel like we are making the world a better place, because I do feel like it genuinely helps people. But I just want to dedicate more time and energy into putting that goodness out there.
Yeah. And for me, I feel like I can be a better person by being kinder. I'm definitely like, I can just
rough around the edges.
Yeah, rough around the edges, and of course, like in my heart and in my soul, like I'm definitely a good person, and I'm pretty confident with like where I kind of stand in like everyday life. Like I'm definitely not a mean person,
right?
But I think that I can definitely have more patience and more compassion and more empathy. I think for others, like, you know, I feel really shitty about myself when like someone does something stupid around me
and you're mean about it.
Yeah, but not like friends and family, but like, you know, like someone on the fucking sidewalk will like not be like looking where they're going. And my first, and if you catch me on a bad day or like my something, you know, whatever it is, like my first instinct is to be like, okay, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know, like watch where you're fucking going. You know.
I love that you said that.
And I can definitely, and that is my first instinct, but I can.
And driving too.
I can promise you, yeah, driving, you know, whatever, if I get cut off, whatever it is. But I can promise you that like instantly my second thought is like, okay.
Like why?
Like be kinder. Like,
yeah.
And I kind of guilt myself about it, which is shitty because it really should just kind of be like a, okay, no, I need to be nicer. Moving
Take
on.
note.
Yeah. And you know, it is like a conscious thing that I decided to do, but I think that, you know, when it comes to like situations like homelessness and you know, I'm extremely kind in those types of aspects. Like I handed some money to this homeless guy yesterday, and we were both wearing red, and we just sat there and like had a conversation. He was like, yeah, the red makes me feel like it's the holidays, and it was just so sweet. And it just reminded me that I want to do more stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, take time. I love that.
You want to pull the next one?
Yeah. Okay, so level 2, this is another connection one. What is the last thing you lied to your mother about?
The last thing I lied to my mom about, God forbid she listens. I mean, if we're talking like, I don't know, if we're talking like big shit, fuck, I don't even know. Like, cause I don't like me and my mom have a really, really open relationship. Yeah. Like, I've done drugs in front of that woman. So
I love it.
I would probably, I think if I lied to her about something, it'd probably be something like telling her like, oh, I don't speed, mom.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Or like
a white lie.
Something that I did that was reckless, and I probably downplayed it.
So the last thing I lied to my mom about,
you have like notes,
a list.
Yeah.
Back in June, I went to the Keys, and Mom, if you're listening, I went to the Keys back in June, but I didn't tell her at the time because, you know,
she wouldn't let me tell you. I'm so sorry. I tried. I really tried.
It's like just when things started to open back up, and you know, I was hesitant about going, but I went and it was fine. But she definitely at the time would have been like, are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna go to the Keys when COVID is blah blah blah. And I was like, just not even trying to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
So I just didn't post it on social media, and I went and enjoyed my week, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Love that for you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, next question. What is a compliment you wish you received more frequently?
Honestly, I've gotten it like twice before, and it's my favorite compliment is when people compliment my energy.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Like, that is the nicest compliment. Yeah. The most like touching, I would say. Yeah.
And sure. And a couple people have like, it can kind of be like your light or your energy, but like I remember this like one specific time, and people have said it like just a couple times, but this like I was at this like event for Modern Ohm, and we were all like, we did like a meditation session, and then we were like, they did this like kind of like exercise where we were all like dancing around and like jumping around, and some guy like from across the fucking
I have like chills,
and it wasn't like romantic at all, but like he just came, like grabbed me for a second because we were all like running around kind of, and he was like, you're absolutely glowing, and I was like, oh wow, like thank you, and I look like shit, and he was like, and he said something like, you know, he was like, your energy is just crazy right now, and I was like, wow, like
he's like low-key trying to pipe.
No, he's actually like we became friends after that, and he's actually just like a really cool guy.
So sweet.
I mean, like, it's just always stuck with me, and like, and I feel like that's, you know, something that like I like to tell other people too, because it is so kind.
It's so flattering, and it's so much more touching than I love your hair, or you're so pretty, or you're beautiful. And I don't know if that's just because we're like used to it. No, okay. I don't know if it's just because, you know, we've been modeling for so long, and like those compliments just kind of fly over our heads at this point. Like it's nice, and I appreciate it,
but like
but it's not touching. It doesn't make me really feel that
because
great.
I mean, thank you for complimenting my vessel.
My shell, like my car.
Yeah,
I like my car too, but it's like my engine is even better.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I actually got it like written in notes from like previous shoots. Like,
I know which ones. I know exactly which ones you're talking about.
This girl Melanie who we went to St. Lucia with was like, your energy is contagious, blah blah blah. And then another one for Cosmetica sent flowers, and like your energy shines through the photos. Like that is so sweet. So touching to me. Sweet. And it's something I do think about when I am with people is like putting that good energy out there. So for other people to acknowledge that they like feel that is really nice.
Yeah. And I would say that like when people do acknowledge my energy, like I feel like they really see me for me, because a lot of people, like if you were to just meet me, like I bet some people fucking hate me. I would probably hate me, you know what I mean? I'd be like, this bitch is so annoying. But I feel like once you like truly see me for me, like that's when I just feel like it's really special. Yeah.
Okay, next question is, what is a dream you've let go of?
Becoming an international pop star. The thing is, I don't think I really ever set crazy goals for myself, because it just
didn't think I could accomplish them.
It wasn't very like fostered as a child. Like I'm not academically inclined, and so it's like what I never really set any goals that I never achieved because I never had any in the first place.
That's great.
And I feel like now is when I'm truly like I'm parenting myself and I'm creating goals for myself that I feel like I'm only exceeding and hitting.
I would say a big dream of mine, like as of a few years ago, was to really make it big in modeling. And I hear that. I would say yours is the same too. We both kind of grew out of that, I want to say.
I guess when you said like go of, it was kind of like
didn't
felt like I wasn't gonna achieve, but it's like we both, I feel like, maybe could have pursued that,
a little longer.
We just both realized that we didn't want to.
Well, for me it was like the timing of things, and going out to LA, honestly, back in 2018 I spent a lot of time out there trying to make it in LA, and like I remember my dream for that time period of my life was to book Pink or book Forever 21. And like that was my goal. Like I set that goal when I went out there, and I was like, I want to book Forever 21, I want to book this. And then I realized that like what is that really gonna do for me? Like I'm gonna go, it's gonna be like any other job. Like the only thing it would serve me is recognition, and I think I grew beyond that.
And I remember you coming back and being like, LA's really not it, and I hadn't gone there yet, and I was like, what do you mean? I remember having a conversation with both of my roommates when I lived in my old apartment. We were on our balcony, and it was like right when we had just moved into that apartment, and I was like, oh yeah, in a year I won't be here. I said I'm gonna be in LA. I'm gonna be living in LA. I'm not gonna live here. Look at me, fucking 5 years later,
that's something we just had to go live out and experience ourselves. And it was a mix of our experience, my experience there, and like I didn't really love the whole social dynamic, but even beyond that, I just really felt such a shift because I went out there twice. So when I came back the second time, and each time was 2 months each, or 3.
No, I think you were there for like,
I think one time it was 3, the other time it was 2, something like that.
You were there for closer to like 4. I mean, that's what it feels
in total like. It was like 4, but anyways, the second time I had come back, I really felt such a shift in my priorities and my values. I was like, I don't care about that anymore.
And I remember because I hadn't gone through it yet, and I was like,
what do you mean?
I was like, but we're supposed to go to LA, like we're supposed to make it, we're supposed to, and I remember being like bummed out, and then I went to LA, and I was like, oh, I was like, nope, I feel you. I just realized like Miami's where it's at, home is where it's at. What I have here was so much more valuable than like what I was trying to achieve out there. 100%. And like everyone out there, like it's really hard to like foster authentic relationships unless you are established and like you can kind of weed through the people.
I mean that, and even in terms of your actual your goals and your dreams, I think for something that I actually just remembered, a thought of mine was like, I came back and I realized that I would rather be in a Forbes magazine than in a Victoria's Secret magazine.
Hell yeah, brother.
That part.
And that's on growth.
That part.
Maturity. Adult.
Yeah, totally, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what? Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, and I just feel like even, you know, we're kind of like divulging a little bit, but, you know, the modeling industry is just, it's not fulfilling.
And it's not as like glamorous as
it's
people
not
think.
Glamorous,
people who are like, I want to become
fulfilling.
a model. And like, you know, I think everyone has their own experience and journey, and they have to, you know, live that out for themselves.
And if you love it, good on you.
Yeah.
And you know, don't get me wrong, like, we do enjoy modeling. Like, you know, we enjoy, you know, a lot of the aspects of it, but just like the industry is kind of
and at the end of the day, the glamour of it fades pretty quick, and then it becomes a job. Like, it is sitting in here, you know, like I'm happy that I'm still at the point where when I do get booked, when I do book something, I still get that like giddy excitement, and I hope that I don't lose that, because I could see myself losing it and seeing it as just a job, just another day. But like, hair and makeup, at some point becomes just a part of your job, you know. Whereas before, it's like, I'm getting my hair and makeup done.
Yeah, I feel you. I definitely don't enjoy getting my hair and makeup done, but I feel you.
But yeah, I think it's, you know, it's all just a part of the journey and the process and growing up, and maturing.
And everyone has to go through their own process. Not to mention, you know, when people are constantly in your ear being like, oh, you know, looks fade, what are you gonna do after? Like, that shit is so annoying, man.
You feel like you get a lot of that?
I guess maybe like from
Instagram
and my family.
Oh,
you know, like,
interesting.
They're just
she's
freaking, you know,
I mean, what's your career?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't have to, like, you know, I don't have to explain anything to you.
It's such a different time.
Yeah, that's definitely annoying. Hey, baby girl.
Ellie's back. She's so sweet. Okay, did I ask? Oh no,
I'll ask,
the next one.
Okay, what's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical? I know this answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think our audience, if they've been listening to our episodes, know this answer too, but it's definitely when Tyler and I were going through it, and I found out he was cheating on me, and I was in Italy, and I came back, and that was just like the worst heartbreak of my life for a few weeks, and that was real pain.
Yeah.
Real pain.
Yeah,
I would almost say physical pain. Like,
I would say it was
like heartbreak.
It is. Yeah. It is physical to an extent. You know what I mean?
If you haven't listened to our whole story and you're confused about that cheating situation and how we're engaged now, listen to Liv's love story. It's like earlier on in our episodes. I think it might be 7 or 8. It's earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, this whole entire like timeline is very blurry now.
Yeah.
But I'd say I have like 3 moments that come to mind. You know, we've got a lot of trauma to unpack here.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
The first one I would say is when my high school boyfriend broke up with me, and I found out that he had been cheating on me and slept with a friend who actually the friend who introduced us, who was in a relationship as well. So, you know, I found that out through her boyfriend. And I would say that, like, yeah, you know, the first one just kind of hits different because it's, you know, you don't understand that there's anything past that, or you don't believe, you know, I feel like you don't know that you can love again. And yeah, I mean, I was in an extremely dark place, like, in, you know, I did self-harm, you know, and that was definitely like a very low point for me. And
you're in high school?
No, that was when I was in college.
You're like first year?
My freshman year. And it sucks because, you know, we were doing long distance, so it's like I couldn't even I think that definitely added to it. I felt very alone. I felt very like
isolated.
I was living at home with my parents. Like, I remember my dad, like, it was like an entire summer that
like I didn't have like a support system
and had no support system. And actually, Ashley was there for me. She was actually there when I found out, which was good. But I remember my dad asking me, like, what's wrong with you? Like why haven't you been leaving your room? Like, what's, you know, why are you always in a mood? And
heartbroken.
Yeah, so, and, you know, I don't, you know, talk to my dad like that, so, you know, kind of just had to internalize a lot of things, but definitely I feel healed from that, you know. But my second one was when my dad got the brain tumor.
Yeah, for sure. That'll do it to you.
I can't even talk about it.
Oh, don't. You don't have to. Only if you want to.
I need to, like, move past the crying phase.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, it's in. All right, it's the crying's pulled back in. Yeah, so when he got his brain tumor, that was really, really scary. And I remember there was like a specific moment where he was like in between surgeries, and he went to a few different hospitals because we were just trying to like figure out what was wrong with him. And he pulled me into his hospital room and told me to take care of my brother and sister for him.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot, and really that's heavy.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I feel like it's stayed with me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's improved my
Ellie's like, you need puppy love right now.
Ellie has improved. No, I would say that it's definitely improved my relationship with him. Kind of just like being able to reflect on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third time, gonna wrap this up, was when my grandmother passed, because we were very, very close.
Yeah, totally. I think it's like heartbreak, you know, in a lot of ways. What else could it be? You know, pain that's not physical is heartbreak. And I think sometimes
it's like, you know, loss and
it's
grief.
Yeah. I think it takes something like that sometimes for people to really open their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, you know, how I feel about family relationships and everything is like, you don't know what can happen. And I've mentioned this before. My mom and her dad, when he had passed, the last conversation they had was an argument. And it's like, I always keep that in mind, and just that's not a regret you ever want to have.
Ellie is grasping my arm right now.
But so okay, on to the next one. This is
the other pile.
We said we were getting deep, y'all. We meant it. What title would you give this chapter in your life?
Ooh,
it's a good one. I don't know like of an exact like title name, but like some words.
I think like
adapt,
growth.
Yeah,
adapt.
Making moves,
level up.
I
think that we truly are leveling up. And
yeah,
you know, I was telling Juan the other day, I was like, you know, because, you know, I think transparently we're kind of looking into office spaces, just for, you know, CASA, for
a few different projects we have, you know,
for
right
podcast now. It would just be nice to, you know, have somewhere to like, you know, really
a home base for the two of us and our work.
Yeah. And so I was like, should I be spending money on this? Like, should I be getting an office, or is this something that I should be more frugal about and just kind of be doing it at home? But then I realized, you know, like, this is essentially just like leveling up. Like, you know, that this is the next step. You know, we need a space to create and to become even better. So
kind of have like a safe place in a way to just go and like really
do work and
do deep work,
but to facilitate growth in a way, you know, because I just can't with her. I just can't. And I'm just really, really excited about that. Yeah, particularly.
So I don't know, it would be a mix of all of those words. Oh, yours.
What are you still trying to prove to yourself?
I would say I am actively, and I don't know if this is something that I'm ever gonna like not be proving to myself, but I think imposter syndrome is huge in a lot of people, and especially right now with where we're at and the things that we are working on and trying to accomplish, that imposter syndrome can really find its way in your brain. Sure. So I think that's, you know, that I'm trying to prove to myself that I am capable of the things that I aspire to do and be.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Like I'm confident in it. Yeah. But I'm also like convinced, you know, there's that doubt in your head I mean, of course that's normal. Everyone has it, but just reassurance that like you got this, you're capable. I think
affirmations would be great for that.
If something happens, you'll figure it out. You know, if you mess up, you'll find your way around it. You'll learn from it. Like as long as you're moving forward in the right direction, like you're gonna get there at some point.
I saw this, I'm gonna butcher this quote, but I saw this like one thing that's kind of been circulating, and it's like, I trust my next chapter because I know who's writing it. Ooh, I love something of that nature.
I really love that.
And I think that it's huge, and it's something that I kind of come back to a lot, because I'm like a fucking cockroach, dude. There's been a lot of shit that's kind of, you know, tried to like, that could have, you know, ruined me in a way, and I feel like
you down.
And I feel like I've kind of always just kind of prevailed and come out on top.
Yeah, like you could get your head chopped off and just grow a new one.
I'm okay. I'm chilling. You can't kill me. I'm a bad bitch.
Bad bitches don't die.
I kind of didn't answer the question though.
Oh shit, sorry. I
no,
thought you
you're
were retweeting mine.
I would, but I feel like it should be a little bit different. I feel like, you know, but what I am trying to prove to myself, and like you said, like I think it's something that I'll always prove to myself, is kind of that I'm worthy. And, you know, I feel like it almost gets a bad connotation, but I'm just constantly always trying to, like, you know, improve myself and just show myself that, like, I am a good person, that I am worthy of, like, just like there's
love and success
and like I have so much good shit in my life, and I oftentimes, like, I guess I maybe don't give myself enough credit, but I'm like, fuck, like, and you know what, I always kind of take like a good, like, surface look at my life, and I'm like, okay, I have Juan, I have Olivia, I have, you know, Amanda, I have Dante, I have Ashley, I have, like, my little sister, my little brother, like, I have all these amazing people and things in my life, and I'm like, okay, wait, I might have to be okay, I might have to be, like, kind of
I guess I'm all right.
Yeah, to have all these amazing people in my life. And I'm kind of always just trying to
prove to yourself,
prove to myself, and, you know, prove to others, you know. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, because like I always want people to, like, know that, like, I'm fighting for a place in their life, and, like, I will always try to make myself better, not only for myself but for them, because they deserve it, and I deserve that.
I love that.
Yeah,
very nice. Well said. Next question is, do you think the image you have of yourself matches the image people see you as?
I would say the people that are closest to me, yes. Like, I think that, you know, you and I see myself as the same person to an extent. But I think too, I mean, I guess it would depend on, like, who it is, because like the guy that I'm honking at in traffic, maybe not,
or like maybe our audience or our followers on Instagram, maybe, like, try to see it from their perspective. It's so hard, because, like, there's only so much we can share on social media, and I think the podcast does a great job. Like, if someone has been consistently listening to our show since episode 1, I think they have a fairly great idea of who we are, especially with how, like, transparent and vulnerable we have been on the show. And nothing is like forced. Nothing. I mean, of course, maybe we try to be a little bit more energetic. We always try to be a little, because naturally, like, we're fucking chilling. We're, like, talking to each other in monotone. We're, like, not that expressive with our faces. So the only thing that might be a little more than we actually are is, like, our energy levels and
it's also because we chug a Celsius before we start. So I mean, if you catch me on a day where I've chugged a Celsius, this is exactly what you're gonna get.
This is the version of her.
But I would say that, for the most part, you know, I feel like some people might see me a little bit better, some people might see me a little bit worse, and I think that that's just kind of like life. And you know what, I think I saw something the other day too, and I think that growing up, I might have been the toxic friend, you know, and I think that that's kind of like, it's not okay by any means, but, you know, I think people grow. Like, you know, there's this, I don't know if I've shared this, but, like, there's one person from I think I might have shared it on one episode, but there's a person from high school who is best friends with 2 of my high school best friends, and she doesn't like me. And we grew up together. Like, we were all, like, 4, like, best friends, like, very, very close. And I don't know what happened. But she communicated to, like, our other 2 friends that, like, I kind of was just always mean to her and whatever. And obviously, like, I am a little aggressive, but, you know, obviously it just didn't sit right with her, and you know, that's fair, but and I wish I would have had an opportunity to know that, because I was kind of just cut off without any warning or anything, and I think it was almost like understood that, like, I'm kidding, but, you know, if she took it a different way. So I think, you know, to some people, you know, I might be the toxic friend, or I might be this, or I might be that, and that's, you know, not who I feel like I am, but, you know, to them, that's who I am, and I can't really do anything about that.
And I think growing up is knowing who you are, and, you know, not really considering, because I think that's something I've struggled with too, is, like, how much value I've placed in other people judging my character, specifically my character. Like, I'm really sensitive if someone misunderstands my character. But it's something that I think I've had to get past, because I'm like, I know my character, I know who I am, and, like, I can't care so much, I can't value someone else's opinion of my character over my own like truth of my character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I struggle with too, because you know, you might have a miscommunication with someone,
right?
And I think that you can kind of get in your head if like you think like, oh, what if they mention it to someone, or what if this or what if that, and you kind of just have to let that go. You have to let that go for your health, because you know you can continue to try to prove yourself to someone, and
there's only so much you can really control in their narrative of you.
And not to mention, like, they can only see you through the lens in which they see like themselves. You know, so like if someone doesn't like you, or if someone doesn't, you know, like something about you, it's because it's a reflection of somewhere that they hold resistance within themselves. And you know, equal parts, if someone, you know, thinks super highly of you and loves you, and that's also a reflection of, you know, inside themselves. So I try to keep both of those things in mind.
Yeah, I think I grew up with such a like value of, I want to be a good person. I want everyone to know I'm a good person. I want everything I do to be good. I've like really like, I grew up like training my brain that way. Like I took a lot of pride in not having beef with anyone. Almost to a fault though, you know, because then it's like I'm so concerned when I do have beef with someone, and
you're definitely doing yourself a disservice, because you know, like, and it's okay if some people don't like you, you know, like that's on them.
Like I'm just working on being a little more unapologetic. What do you think our most important similarity is? I would say our intentions.
I think I'd have to co-sign that.
Okay.
I mean, we never really act with malice or anything. I would say that, like, I think our drive is a similar one. Like, I know that, like, we both want to be very successful. And so I can place the confidence in you that we're going to reach that together.
And I think our values, too, are very similar and aligned in the fact that we want to be very successful and we aspire to do these things, but we also understand the importance and the value of being content and present.
And being grounded. And
like getting there in a grounded way. Like not like losing our heads.
We're not going to step on.
We're not selling our soul to the devil. We're not, you know, sucking dick. I mean, we'll suck a little dick.
We'll suck a little dick. Don't get me wrong.
And not like a little dick. We'll suck a big dick, but like
for a little.
Next.
Okay, what do you think my superpower is? That's interesting.
Driving with your knee. Which is a funny one, but it's honestly impressive.
I know you're thinking, what is my superpower? I'm like listing them off in my head.
I'm like,
she isn't wrong.
Honestly, can I say that's my answer?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I'll be like in the car, like side eyeing you. I'm like, how is she doing that? She's like texting, eating, doing her makeup, and she's like like going around like getting off highways with her knee.
I feel so seen though, because for a very long time I have thought that is a superpower of mine, because I've never seen anyone do it to the extent of me.
It's really impressive.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
And then for you, your superpower, I would say it's like your compassion for others. Oh my god, she was just. I don't know.
I was just sucking Mike.
Giving the Mike a blowjob. I would say it's probably your compassion for others, and just maybe like I would say like your patience as well. I think your patience you're definitely way more patient than me, and I truly feel like patience is a superpower, because there's just I just don't have enough of it. I don't have enough of it. And you definitely weigh me out in that aspect a lot.
That's nice. Thank you. Practices makes perfect for patience. I've had to be very patient in my life. If we were in a band, what would our name be? Whiskey and water, baby. Brother. Rock and roll. So
it's kind of a good band name.
That is the change that's coming up, guys. We're pivoting and we are becoming a band.
I'm gonna be the lead vocals.
Oh, I'm getting a FedEx package. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, he always looks so miserable. This little old guy comes every day and he's like,
yeah. This Amazon guy helped me.
Oh my god!
Helped me take my couch out of the.
I was wondering how you did that yesterday.
Bro, I put in fucking work yesterday.
Yeah,
like
you worked what you didn't pay in dollars for that couch.
Yeah,
you
no, like I fucked my hands
sweat
up.
Equity.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The fuck are we saying?
you're gonna be what?
Oh, I'm gonna be lead vocals, naturally, because I love singing.
I'm gonna be on the drums.
And harmonica.
And triangle. Don't get it twisted.
I'm getting the good questions.
Ooh.
How would you describe me to a stranger? This is a very interesting one.
I would say passionate, aggressive. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a fair warning to give anyone.
Yeah, okay. Passionate, aggressive, and spontaneous. And extremely loyal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would agree with all of those things. I think about this a lot because
we're always like talking about each other to other people.
Like, why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Like in any conversation, like I think it was like yesterday or the day before. I was like talking about, you and our endeavors and stuff, and I realized I had like brought you up 10 times without being like, oh yeah, Olivia, she's my best friend. But I guess like when I describe you to a stranger, just like when I'm just like talking organically, I'm like, oh yeah, she's my best friend, and like I just all good things. I'm just like, oh yeah, she's my best friend. Like we've been best friends for like ever. Like I'm just so proud to call you my best friend. And I don't know. I think I would black out. I'm just like, yeah, no, she's the best. Like, I just like go on a rant about like, just us and
sweet
our friendship.
The aggression sometimes, I mean, I know you have labeled it as a bad thing, but I mean, I kind of see it as like a little like pit bull who's like kind of territorial over their loved ones in a way,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not always in a bad light.
Yeah, I'm not,
because in a lot of times Jess is the aggression that I need more of in situations,
for sure. And I would agree with that. Like I wouldn't just say that I'm like outwardly just like sometimes I am outwardly aggressive about things, but like if you just like meet me on the street, I'm not like, what's up, fucker?
Yeah.
maybe but yeah, I would definitely say that the aggressiveness comes out in different ways, whether it's like almost like loyalty or like not territorialism, but like things of that nature. Like I definitely don't allow, even if it's a stranger, like I'm the first. I would say that, like, you could say it's aggressive, but like I'll sit there and like I'll stand next to someone, or I'll stand up for someone I don't know, or like I like to make people feel safe and feel seen. And if that comes off as aggressive to someone else, like I'm willing to take that title.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, next question is, this is level 3 reflection. What parts of yourself do you see in me? Interesting.
I would say it's like hard to say because we are kind of like
yin
opposites
and yang
in a lot of ways, but like similarities would be like our drive, our passion. I feel like almost like the brothers would be able to like say it more better.
I would say our hunger too, just our hunger for growth.
Yeah,
really,
definitely.
Like mentally, physically, I feel like we always say that, but mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, like I think we both have a hunger inside of us.
And I feel like that's kind of just from day one. That's kind of like been the first thing.
Like what I saw in you and what you saw in me.
Yeah, that's kind of just what brought us together. Was we realized that we wanted to like become better, and that this friendship could help us expedite that process,
and like blossom into like best friends gone partners, like business partners.
And I love that we've kind of like we're still best friends.
Yeah, we say this all the time. We're like, oh wait, we're actually
like,
friends.
We are friends
outside of like our partnerships.
Like we actually like hang out.
It's rare, honestly. It's slim pickings,
and it's hard because like I want to say I wish we did more of it, but we just don't have like the time.
And when we are together, it's like we might as well be working, whether it's like talking about ideas, concepts, thoughts that we had in the shower that we want to share with each other. Like it's usually all work related,
whatever it is.
Or like collaborations, like talking shit about whatever.
But we have fun.
But I think where our friendship does thrive is when we are there for each other in our relationships.
Yeah.
When I come to you for stuff and when you come to me for stuff, that's solely just friendship.
100%.
Which is nice.
Good point.
Yeah. I think you're the last one.
Cool.
Last but definitely not least.
Last one. Ooh, so this is a wild card.
Oh, it's the...
Yeah. So this is call someone you admire and tell them why you appreciate them and then put them on speakerphone. So we're going to need to decide who we're going to call and then we'll like...
Yeah. Are we calling the same person?
Together. I think we can call one person that we love. Yeah,
I think so. Or admire.
Yeah. Love or admire. Who should we call?
Okay, we're going to call our friend Nat. She has a business, Whatever Lola. We interviewed her for an episode, and we really admire her work ethic and hustle and
just like her kindness.
Yeah, her kindness.
She has to be one of the kindest people I know.
Okay, we're going to call.
She's so sweet.
What are we saying? Just like we're playing a game for the podcast and you're on speakerphone. She's going to be like, why are you calling me? What did the card say? To call someone you admire and put them on speakerphone. So random.
If she answers.
I hope she answers.
I wouldn't answer.
Me either. Be like, why are they calling?
Call has been forwarded.
Dang it. Okay, she's calling. Okay. Ready?
Okay,
Hello? Hey. Okay, so we are playing the game We Are Not Really Strangers for the podcast, and you're on speakerphone, and we pulled a card that said, call someone who you admire and tell them why you admire them and put them on speakerphone. So we're calling you because we we admire you and your work ethic and how hard you bust ass every day.
And how kind you are.
Shut up. I'm going to cry. This is the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. Thank you.
No, we love
like
you. You're so sweet. So we just wanted to give you a call and let you know that we admire you and you inspire us.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jess. Literally before I knew you, I was like such a weird stalker. I was like, this girl is so cute, so nice, so sweet. And then like when I got to be on the podcast, I was like, this is so cool. And then when you followed me, I was like, oh my gosh.
Aww,
low-key fangirling.
You're so sweet. I love you.
Yeah, low-key fangirling. But yeah, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Made my whole day.
All good.
I was like, Olivia, did you mean to call me? Or was
I
this a
know.
butt
I was like, she's gonna be like, what? This is so random.
No, it's okay. But this totally made my day. So thank you guys for calling me. And I appreciate your work ethic and everything that you guys do. It's amazing. So congrats.
So thanks for taking our call, baby. We love you.
Love you, sis.
Bye.
Keep killing it. Bye. All right, guys. Well, that about wraps up our episode today.
Mm-hmm. She is so sweet. I'm so glad she took our call.
I know, me too. This has been honestly so fun for us to do, and a good kind of like last episode of this season.
Yes. Well, I mean, we have next week's episode
next
is
week.
our official last episode, but we'll be kind of
dedicating that episode to talking about what the future is for our podcast.
Yeah, and we have some really exciting stuff, guys. So definitely stay tuned. If you guys loved this episode, please screenshot this, put it on your story, tag us. We love to see it. You guys' support means everything to us.
Yeah, and we've been talking to so many people through DMs lately. You guys are reaching out. We're chatting. We're sending each other inspiration and just like really fun things, getting to know you guys better. We love that so much.
Yes. Also, the merch is pretty much finalized.
Yeah.
We are just figuring out the
final steps,
the website and like how like shipping goes and stuff, but all of the designs are finished and we are so excited.
Yeah, it's happening, guys.
It's happening.
Slowly but surely. It's like such a goddamn it's such a process. I don't think we realize how much of a process it is and how long it takes.
It's so much.
But we're getting there. And you guys will be first to know once we come out with the merch, and
it'll definitely be, I mean, I think we can confidently say by like next week.
Yeah, let's aim for that.
We have most of the stuff ready. Worst case scenario, 1 or 2 items aren't available type shit, but we'll figure that out. You guys will see it. Yeah, brother.
We love you guys. We hope you have an amazing week. Happy Monday. Go kill it.
Go tell someone that you love them.
And we will see you next week for another episode of Whiskey and Water.
Oh yeah, brother.
Bye, guys.